All right, here we go with the Grilling Ken segment. It is sponsored by Baseball Barbecue. This is the segment where I answer your questions. And let's go. Let's go right away to the first question. This comes from Big Poppy 34 with a check mark. I don't believe this is the real Big Poppy, but whatever. The question is, should Devers be an all-star? This is a good question because it kind of strikes at the issue that the All-Star game often faces. Is it something to honor guys who had a great first half, or is it something where you want to see the absolute biggest names? Or is it some combination of both, which is what we usually end up with? Devers is certainly one of the biggest names, signed a $300+ million contract in the offseason, but he is not on the team. Now, the starter should be Jose Ramirez. He's not the starter, but he is the best third baseman in baseball, perhaps. Guy who's leading third baseman in the American League in OPS and in Fangraph's version of wins above replacement. He's the guy. He did not win the fan vote. Josh Young did from the Texas Rangers, a rookie. Josh Young is outperforming Rafael Devers this season. He's got the higher OPS, the higher F-WAR. He's been a better player. Should he be in the game over Rafael Devers? If you're a Texas Rangers fan, I know your answer is yes. If you're a Red Sox fan, I imagine you're saying, who the heck is Josh Young? Well, he's a pretty good player. This is the problem with the game. This is the choice, the kind of choice that is often questioned, but it is where we are. Should Devers be an all-star? I'd love to see him here. He's not here. It's not been his best first half, but you can certainly make the case he should be in Seattle. All right, on to the next question. Let's see what we got here. This comes from Cardassia Prime, or Rick Fear, whatever his name is, or her name. How many teams currently in first place do you see finishing in first place, and who overtakes the ones who don't, if any? This actually is a great question because right now, among our division leaders, none except for the Braves has a lead of more than 2.5 games, and in the NL West, the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are tied. So the Rays, the Guardians, the Rangers, the Braves, the Reds, and the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. Those are your first place teams. Which ones do I think will not be in first place at the end of the season? It's really tough to say. The Reds are questionable. Will they hold on? Will they be able to hold up with questionable starting pitching? Depends who they add, if they add anyone at the deadline. The Rays, could they be caught by the Orioles? Well, I'm not sure that's not possible. The Guardians over the Twins? Well, I don't know how that's going to turn out. The Rangers over the Astros and the Mariners. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. The Rangers have faded in, the last couple of weeks. So this is why we watch the games. This is why we pay attention. The deadline will have a big effect on all of this. But the races for the division titles in 5 of the 6 divisions are really close. All right, to the final question now. What do we got? This is from Aaron Lewis. This is Aaron Lewis's actual name, it seems. Current list of your top 3 favorite ballparks in the majors. This is tough because I like so many. I am always partial to Camden Yards because I spent a lot of years there with the Baltimore Sun, and even after I left the Sun and when I was living in Baltimore, it is a beautiful ballpark. I was there from the moment it opened. It's sort of home to me, so I'm always going to have that on my top 3 or 4, whatever you want to say. I would also put Wrigley there, and it's Wrigley over Fenway just because of the environment at Wrigley, which is always basically a cocktail party for 35,000 people. The place is a blast. Even when the Cubs are down, it's just a fun place to be. There was one year I was there on my birthday for Fox, and I was just like, you know what? If I can't be home with my family, there's no place I'd rather be on my birthday than Wrigley Field. Third, it gets tougher. I love Petco in San Diego, love AT&T in San Francisco, but I'm anxious to take another look at the former Safeco Field, T-Mobile Park, in Seattle. I haven't been here in a while. And I always loved this place when I was coming more regularly. So I'm going to hold off on my third choice until I get a better look at T-Mobile. Check out baseballbarbecue.com for MLB licensed grilling tools and accessories. Use code ALLSTAR to receive 20% off your order or scan the code on the screen.